300 Spartans stood alone against 1,000,000 Persians. That is the story. It is also the myth, because at Thermopylae, the Spartans were not alone, the Persians were not reckless, and the battle was not meant to be won. So what really happened at the narrow pass called the Hot Gates? Was it a suicidal last stand or something far more calculated? By the end of this video, you will understand why Thermopylae was not a desperate act of madness, but a deliberate military delay, a carefully engineered sacrifice designed to buy time, unify Greece, and expose the limits of even the largest empire on Earth.
The year is 480 BC. A decade earlier, the Persian king Darius I had failed to subdue Greece at Marathon. Now his son, Xerxes I, returns, not with a raid, but with an invasion. Ancient sources claim millions. Modern estimates suggest perhaps 100,000 to 200,000 troops. Even at the lower figure, it was one of the largest forces the ancient world had ever seen. Infantry from across the Persian Empire, archers, cavalry, engineers, a vast fleet shadowing the army along the coast. Opposing them was a fragile Greek alliance, rival city-states, deep mistrust, no unified command structure until now. If Persia broke through central Greece, Athens would fall, the Peloponnese would be isolated, Greek independence would end. The question was not whether Xerxes would invade. The question was where he could be stopped. Thermopylae was not chosen for glory. It was chosen for geometry.
The pass was narrow, in places only 15 to 20 meters wide, wedged between steep mountains in the Malian Gulf. It neutralized numbers. It eliminated cavalry. It compressed the battlefield into a killing corridor. The Greek strategy was simple: force the Persians to fight on Greek terms. Heavy infantry, close quarters, shield against shield. At the center of this defense stood King Leonidas of Sparta, commanding not just 300 Spartans, but an allied force of perhaps 6,000 to 7,000 Greek hoplites from Thespiae, Thebes, Corinth, and other city-states. This was not a lone stand, it was a coalition defense, and it was synchronized with a naval operation at Artemisium, where the Greek fleet blocked the Persian navy. Land and sea, one system.
One delaying action. But could a narrow pass truly hold back an empire? The Persian army advanced south along the coast, building pontoon bridges across the Hellespont and carving supply routes through mountains. This was not chaos, it was organized imperial logistics. When they reached Thermopylae, Xerxes waited 4 days. Perhaps he expected the Greeks to flee. They did not. On the 5th day, the assault began. Persian infantry advanced in waves, lightly armored, wicker shields, spears shorter than those of the Greeks. They met the phalanx. The Greek hoplite system was brutally efficient. Bronze shield overlapping shield, 8 ranks deep, long spears projecting forward like a moving wall of iron. In the narrow pass, numbers meant nothing. Only the front ranks could fight. Persian arrows were less effective at close range. Cavalry was useless. For 2 days, the Persians attacked and were repelled. Even the elite Immortals, Xerxes' royal guard, failed to break the line. The Greeks rotated units to prevent exhaustion.
Rotate
The
ranks!
Spartans,
Hold the line!
trained from youth in discipline and formation
ranks!
warfare,
Hold the line!
anchored the defense.
Counter it!
They executed
ranks!
controlled
Hold the line!
retreats to lure Persians forward, then wheeled and counterattacked in tight cohesion. It was not reckless bravery, it was disciplined violence. Yet no position is invulnerable, and Xerxes did not command a single weapon. He commanded information. A local Greek named Ephialtes revealed a mountain path, the Thermopylae Trail, that wound behind the pass. It was not unknown. The Greeks had posted 1,000 Phocian troops there to guard it. But at night, Persian forces climbed the path. The Phocians were outmaneuvered. The Persians descended behind the main Greek line. By dawn, Leonidas knew the pass was lost. Now the question changed, not how to win, but how to withdraw. Here lies the part rarely emphasized. The Greek force at Thermopylae was small, not because Greece lacked soldiers, but because the Olympic Games and religious festivals were underway. Spartan law restricted full mobilization. Leonidas had been sent with an advance guard.
This was always a holding action. When the encirclement became clear, Leonidas dismissed most of the Allied troops. Many withdrew, but not all. The 300 Spartans remained. So did 700 Thespians, who refused to leave, and a contingent of Thebans, whose loyalty remains debated. This was no longer a defensive maneuver. It became a rear-guard sacrifice. Why? To delay the Persians further, to protect the retreat, to send a message. And messages matter in war. On the third day, the Greeks advanced beyond the narrowest point of the pass to fight in wider ground, inflicting maximum casualties before encirclement tightened. Leonidas was killed. His body became a focal point of brutal fighting. Greek spears shattered. They drew short swords. When swords broke, they fought with hands and teeth, according to ancient accounts. One by one, they fell under missile fire and surrounding infantry. Thermopylae was over. Persia marched south. Athens would burn. So was it a failure, or did it work? The real reason Thermopylae matters. Militarily, Thermopylae was a defeat. Strategically, it was a delay. Psychologically, it was ignition.
The stand bought time for the Greek fleet to regroup. It stiffened resistance. It transformed a fractured alliance into a unified cause. Months later, at Salamis, the Greek navy would shatter Xerxes' fleet in confined waters. A year after that, at Plataea, the Persian land army would be decisively defeated. Thermopylae did not stop Persia. It proved Persia could be stopped. And that belief changed everything. The Spartans did not fight to win the pass. They fought to shape the war. Insight. History remembers the number 300. It forgets the thousands who stood beside them. It simplifies logistics into legend. It turns strategy into myth. But Thermopylae was not a spontaneous act of heroic defiance. It was a calculated use of terrain, a disciplined exploitation of formation warfare, a deliberate sacrifice within a larger operational design. Empires often rely on mass. Resistance often relies on position. And sometimes the purpose of a battle is not survival, it is time. So what do you think? Was Thermopylae an act of heroic desperation or one of the most successful strategic sacrifices in military history? And if you had commanded that pass, would you have stayed or withdrawn? Drop your thoughts in the comments section. If you enjoy stories where history turns on a single heartbeat, subscribe for more untold moments like this.